YouTube faithful and Nerd Nation. This is Lucius Prime coming at you with yet another Transformers toy review. As you can tell from the intro on this one, we are doing a figure about a character who is not as well known out of the G1 series. I mean, that's not a G1 figure itself. It actually comes out of the Siege War for Cybertron series. Chromia, better known as the speculated love interest of one Ironhide, a sharpshooter among sharpshooters, one of the best on all of Cybertron. Again, Chromia. So, let's get to it, shall we? And here we have Siege War for Cybertron Chromia. First and foremost, let's take a look at some of these details. Right off the bat, right on the front, there is that iconic Autobot insignia, surrounded by this very sleek feeling windshield, or canopy, rather. Has a lot of detail in it, all kinds of different line work and everything like that, but if you were to touch it on the outside, it is quite smooth. All the detailing is on the inside, and all the detailing that they do have on the outside of it, I mean, very mechanical, very robotic. Quite pleasing. As we see, weapon storage right here, exhaust right here, and despite not having rubber wheel, excuse my lack of ability to speak right now, despite not having rubber wheels, not even really having so much as really, I guess you could call it traditional wheels, I mean, they're just stuck on there with a peg. She actually rolls quite nicely. You see her other wheels are actually kind of protected by the armor plating. Really not a lot of noticeable robot kibble in this, except for one piece. The hands in the back. That's not really too terrible. I mean, the hands, if you look at it, kind of reveal some more of the kibble, the arms, but just looking at it from the side, looking at it from the front, I mean, unless you were actively really looking hard for it, you wouldn't really be able to see a lot of the kibble, except for maybe on below, but that's how it is with a lot of Transformers, isn't it? And you can even see inside the canopy. It doesn't look like there's a lot of kibble in there or anything. Overall, I mean, this is a very nice vehicle mode. About the only other thing I think is left to be desired other than hiding the hands is maybe having something other than having that little blocky void right there. I mean, like, give her a grill or something. I mean, yeah, as you can see from looking at that, you can see kibble like that. I mean, but again, overall, very nice. I mean, I actually kind of like her better than the Generations version of her, where she's a motorcycle, and kind of like this better than the movie version of her that is also a motorcycle. But all in all, I do love the vehicle mode. I mean, I'm quite impressed with it. And here we have Chromia in her bot mode. I mean, she's a little chunky because of the backpack. Very obviously feminine. I mean, I actually really dig that. I mean, not a lot of female Transformers, at least in the past, were made to be obviously feminine when in their robot modes. But very decent face sculpt, very G1 accurate. About my only issue with that is how much kibble she has on the back. I mean, she's a little hard to balance sometimes, but you know, she has some pretty decent poses that kind of help balance her out. And as you can see, her weapon and her exhaust system combined to make more of a weapon, and the weapon itself, you can take it apart and reassemble it to make it, well, a transforming weapon. Make it a sniper rifle, make it a long rifle, make it a handgun, all kinds of different things. But, you know, all in all, I'd have to say I'm quite happy with her. Well, I guess my rating on her altogether is probably about a 7 out of 10. I realized that this was actually kind of a short video, but I've been working on her for a while. She's an easy transformation, very pleasing aesthetically, except for, you know, a good bit of the kibble. But out of all the different Chromia figures I've come across so far, I'd have to say she's probably the best one. And if you're kind of nostalgic and like the G1 style, I'd definitely say put her in your collection. She's definitely worth having. Anyways, I'm Lucius Prime. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back at you soon with yet another Transformers toy review. And until then, until all are one.